Good morning, BFTV. I'm Nathan Sheridan, and welcome to another week of Breakfast at Sheridan. It looks like 2016 is finally starting to chill. It is freezing out there, but the good news is that the fall semester is nearly over, and we have lots of exciting film previews for you all. Coming up as well are some insightful interviews with Aisha Jamal and female gays, and Dave Coleman representing Swift. But right now, I'm headed out onto the campus to find John Nello for an interview as we turn to the real star of the show, Leah Williamson, for the 60-second news. Take it away.
Thank you, Nathan. As we do every morning, we take a look at some of the latest entertainment news and see what we can pack into 1 minute. So let's see what we've got. Golden Globe nominations for La La Land, Westworld, and The People vs. O.J. Simpson, Ryan vs. Ryan with Jimmy Fallon as the coach. Reynolds is nominated for Deadpool, Gosling for La La Land. Bob Dylan receives Nobel Prize for Literature. He didn't attend the ceremony, but he still appreciates the award. An Inconvenient Truth is getting a sequel. Rumors spread Al Gore's hit documentary won't be as good as the first one. Canadians brave the cold to see stars of Kim's Convenience. Actors from Canadian sitcom appear outside store for meet and greet. Newfoundland filmmaker Jordan Canning becomes the first female director of 22 Minutes. Very progressive move. Taylor Swift duets with Zayn Malik for 50 Shades song I Don't Want to Live Forever. Neither do we because of that. Mick Jagger, father for 8th time. Really? Only 8 at 73. Star Wars prequel Rogue One generates buzz with nerds. Looks pretty good to me. Martin Scorsese courts Papal audience with silence. Audiences like the sound of silence. Well, that's all we have today for our global news, but let's turn to Sheridan now. Our breakfast reporter had a little cheat with Eve Krogman. She's the president of Swift, a long-running organization that supported women in the media industry now for clubs on students here on campus. Let's hear from Eve directly.
SWIFT stands for Sheridan Women in Film and Television, and basically it's kind of like a network or a collective of students in the media programs at Sheridan who aren't necessarily women, but most of them are women, and they get together basically just talk about the inequalities that they face in our programs, and we try to make a difference and make those inequalities not exist anymore, and also try to make those changes happen in the industry as well. So we think that if it starts in the education, then hopefully it can transfer over into the actual industry as well. The benefits that we hope are going to come out of SWIFT, because it is a new program, is that we really do hope that it changes the levels in the industry of inequality, not even just specifically for women, but all people who aren't men and who are marginalized in our industry. We want to have more opportunities for these people in the industry, and to also make a network of us early on so that we can lean on each other once we are actually in the official industry. So you can join SWIFT by going onto the Sheridan SSU Clubs page. There's a link there specifically for Sheridan Women in Film and Television, and you can just send me an email about how you're interested, and I can put you in the Facebook group and keep you updated on all things to do with SWIFT.
To continue our discussion of women in media, I have with me Dr. Aisha Jamal from the BFTV faculty. Good morning. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, 1/3 of the BFTV students are currently women or gender diverse. Is this number an accurate representation of what's going on in the industry right now?
You'd have to probably look at it from like department to department. Like if you're talking key creative positions, for example, looking at directors or cinematographers, I'd say absolutely not. You'll find that it's majority men and to really dismal numbers. But if you're looking at other departments like the beauty department, which is costume and makeup, yes, there you find it's predominantly women.
Do you think this number will change anytime soon?
You know what, there's a lot of initiatives in Canada right now to try to sort of get a little bit more a gender equality. So for example, the NFB has announced that 50% of its money in the next year will go to projects directed by women. And the same thing, the CBC has announced that it's trying to move towards having equal number of female directors in its television programs. So I have hope, but I don't think it's anytime soon.
Is there a comparison between the number of female filmmakers in nonfiction and fiction films?
Well, I work for one of North America's largest documentary film festivals, and for us last year was our first year where we had 40% women directed films. So that in documentary you see far more often than you would in fiction. I don't think that's true for any fiction film festival around the world, where you see almost an equal number of female directed projects. So yeah, there's a difference between fiction and nonfiction.
Mm-hmm. In your radio show, you talk about the female gaze. How important is the gender of the filmmaker?
Oh, it's very important. There's been a lot of research done to try to figure out which position in film really sort of shows a trickle-down effect to more women on set. And we thought producers, for example, but 1/3 of producers are women, and we don't see that number increase for directors. And it's actually directors. When the director becomes a woman, you'll see that trickle down to other positions like cinematographers or anything else on set.
Well, thank you so much, Isha. It's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you very much, and we're continuing to educate us on the world of film.
My pleasure.
Now, I heard a rumor that Gylan's going to present a sizzling teaser. What have you got, Gylan?
Well, Leah, we're taking a look at film through the eyes of our second-year cinematographers. Here's a sample of what some of them have completed this semester. To talk more about these films, we have Nathan live on location with cinematography professor John Neller. Nathan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here with John Nello, and we have the inside scoop for you about the second-year projects. Hello, John. Nice to see you.
Hello, nice to be here.
So, John, how was your overall satisfaction with the project system?
I was very satisfied. I think the students really sort of, came prepared and sort of were serious about the project. So I was really quite happy with the end results.
Good. Was there any surprising moments in the shows that resonated with you?
There's a lot of great moments. Some projects that had incredibly good sort of production values, and you would never really know that they were a student film. And then one sort of curiosity of a shot was 3 sort of red candles that sort of burned down in a time lapse over an 8-hour period to do it as a transitional shot. That was really very, very cool. Never seen anything like that, actually. So that was a interesting sort of moment.
Thank you, John. That was very insightful.
Thank you for having me.
Well, folks, there you have it. Now, I'm directing you back to Leah Williamson for the exciting film projects. Take it away.
Thank you, Nathan. Our second-year directors have also been working intensely on films throughout this semester. Here's a sneak peek at some of those shorts. can't wait to see all of these films in their final cuts. But as we speak, some students' projects are still in the making. Let's go to Gylan for our weekly stress report.
Well, after the downpour of tears on Monday with an onslaught of final projects, yesterday saw a lull in academic pressures with just a handful of weekly presentations. Today, the inevitable Schoolmageddon returns with editing projects, sound projects, and final TV shows. To mention that we're actually getting graded on this. Wary from today's storm, tomorrow promises an overcast of annoyance with breadth electives, followed by a cry of joy for those finally done with that darn Canadian cult class. The weekend looks assuring as the term will finally be over and we can just celebrate sleeping in and enjoying the winter holidays. I can't wait. Well, BFTV, it's been one hell of a week, but much like our lives, it'll be over before we even know it. And so we must enjoy the small things while they still last.
We hope you've at least enjoyed your morning by sharing your breakfast with us. See you next time, Sheridan.